hope y'all don't mind everything in the background. My kid stuff, so pretend that this is not here. So this is gonna be a little bit different. Normally I give updates on single motherhood, how life is going as a single mom, but today it's gonna be all about what I'm doing to get healthy, and also how I lost 30 pounds about 4 years ago. And I was gonna make a video on this like forever ago, and I never got the chance to, so here I am. Okay, so I'm not gonna be preaching about the way anything vegan, like I'm not gonna be preaching about the health of animals. Just if you think this is a preachy video about animal health and where our food comes from, it's not, so we'll get past that. But the way I lost the weight 4 years ago, I was at 147 pounds and I got down to 117, and I lost the weight because I was tired of having to keep buying like bigger pant sizes, and I was like, you know what, I need to lose this weight. And everything I tried, a meat-based diet, paleo diet, Atkins diet, everything that you can think of, clean eating, it didn't work for me, didn't work for my body, right? So I'm like, I need something where I can think, I have energy, I have brain fuel, and I can, you know, keep going. You know, I have to work, I have to do a job. I need energy and I need brain fuel for myself, right? So my mom had this genotype diet thing and like blood type diet thing, and I'm not saying that those diets are like the way to go, the genotype or blood type, but I don't know, I was just taking stuff like interesting concepts from interesting like theories, you know what I mean? Like I was just kind of taking things from here and there, trying to figure out what worked best for me, right? Because that's the best we can do, because, you know, obviously eating a clean diet wasn't working, or so what I felt like was clean at the time. So according to my blood type, I'm A positive. I should be eating a vegetarian vegan diet. So if you look on A blood type, it will say foods to avoid and foods that are beneficial and foods that are like moderate. I did not follow that list because I was like, I'm gonna go vegan and see how this works. So I researched everything. I came across everyone knows, if you're, you know, a vegan, you know who high carb Hannah is. I read the China study by T. Colin Campbell. I read Starch Solution by John McDougall. So I read all these books to like kind of educate myself on like what dairy does to us, what meat does to us, you know, the science behind the high carb, well, science behind, yeah, like a high carb, low fat vegan diet, and the science behind the weight loss. So I'm like, okay, I'm eating this, but like, why am I eating this, right? So I did a ton of research on carbs. Like carbs, you can eat carbs and they don't make you fat, right? That's always everyone's big shocker. Like you can eat all those potatoes and it doesn't make you fat, or all that fruit and it doesn't make you fat. So yeah, I had to do a ton of research, and I had to do my own research, right? There's YouTube, you can find lectures, TED Talks, all on a high carb, low fat, vegan, plant-based diet. And I think people still get the term vegan and plant-based mixed up. Like they think, okay, because you're vegan, you're healthy, and that's not the case. Soda and Oreos are vegan, and that's not healthy. Like obviously, like that's just not a way to thrive. But it was hard. I think the thing I had to get used to doing is eating constantly. Like I had to eat constantly because I'm like, I guess the food you're eating are like low in calories, but they're like high in fiber. I don't know. I'm not a scientist, y'all. Like, I don't know. All I know is how I lost the weight. I stuck to that diet. It took me 4 months to lose 30 pounds. And the reason why I did it, right, was a couple months before I actually made the diet change. I went to my doctor and she was like, your levels are like crazy bad. Like your cholesterol's bad. Like all my levels, all my blood work, it was just terrible. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you know, I'm 23. I was 23, almost 24. Like I should not be having blood work that looks this terrible, right? So I was like, she told me to go on like the paleo diet. She's really like pro paleo, pro meat, no carbs, limited fruit, just like meat and vegetables, meat and vegetables. And I'm like, I can't do this. Like, can't use the restroom, like I can't think, like my stomach hurts, I eat all this meat, not working. But I did want to show her, like, I can freaking get my blood work where it's, you know, where it's good, you know, like I can do this. Like, my blood work is not going to define me. I'm not going to keep buying bigger pants. Like, I'm 4'11", I cannot gain weight. And that's the thing about short people. If we want to stay a certain size, and here come the body shamers, I'm not body shaming, but if we want to stay a certain size, we have to, depending on like what kind of body we have, like I have friends that are extremely tiny and they will not gain weight. I'm one that if I eat and eat and eat and stress eat like I normally do, I will put on weight like crazy. So I'm like, I need to do something, right? Like, I need to do something that doesn't, I need to have energy, and I need to keep my small figure. Like, I want to keep my small figure. Like, and people probably think, okay, you're beautiful at any weight, which yeah, you are. Like, obviously your weight does not define you, but you want to look a certain way, and you feel better when you look a certain way, and also you feel better with the food you're eating. That's okay. Like, I don't think we should like shame people, because okay, today that picture of Adele came out and everybody was pretty much not shaming her for losing the weight, but was saying that we shouldn't be commenting on her weight. But you know what? If that's the weight that she was obtaining for, and that's what she wanted to look like, good for her. Like, why should we be shaming her for wanting to look the way that she wants to look? Not saying she would look better or she looks beautiful at any size. So, but we also shouldn't judge somebody because of the way that they want to look. So I just had to throw it out there. That was pissing me off. So when I found the high carb, low fat, vegan diet, it took me a while to understand how I was going to do it, because I was trying to make things from scratch. I was trying to get all fancy in the kitchen, and that is not the way to do it. Not when you're busy. I don't have all the time in the world to make things. I'm still learning. Like, I'm going back to it, but I was constantly like trying to figure things out. I was spending forever in the kitchen, and that's not the way to do it. And maybe I'll start incorporating more of these videos as I go on my journey, but maybe not. I don't know. But I also, in addition to eating a high carb, low fat, plant-based diet, no added oils, oatmeal, and ate apples for breakfast almost every morning. Chia seed pudding a lot. Like, that's mostly what I ate, and baby baker potatoes, like, and seasoned with salt, garlic, salt, onion powder, you know, very, very basic things. And I lost 30 pounds. And you just have to research what works for you, what seasonings work for you, what can you do to make to this food by keeping it in its whole form that is going to make you want to stick to this diet. And what I loved about this is that you can eat however much until you feel like, okay, I'm full, and not have to worry about calories. So that was kind of like what stuck with me. So I lost 30 pounds, and then, not that I fell off of the diet, but I was exercising a lot, and after then, and then that's when I started to be full for a little bit. And I really wasn't eating much at all because I was so busy. And I did not stick to the plant-based diet. I ate more of like junk food vegan, and then I would eat some meat and, you know, all this stuff. And so I fell off of it. And then I kept saying to myself, okay, I'm gonna go back to eating plant-based. I'm gonna do it. But then I started my job again and went through a really toxic relationship and all of this stuff that made me want to emotionally eat and turn to soda and, you know, Oreos and, you know, nutty bars and alcohol, you know, all the things that you should not be doing, but obviously is damaging your insides, right? So I didn't go back to it. And then I ended up getting pregnant with my son, and believe it or not, like, I actually ate pretty healthy during pregnancy. And I lost the weight immediately after he was born. But in this process, I have gained about 7 pounds left. Like, I weighed myself a couple days ago, so I'm like on day 3 of being back plant-based, and I was 124. when I weigh myself. I'm still in the healthy range for 4'11". My goal really isn't to lose weight. My goal is to get off of my blood pressure medication, because according to the doctor, like, I'm healthy, right? But I have extremely high blood pressure, and I don't know why. It does run in my family, but you know, I'm healthy, and I'm quote unquote healthy, right? I want to get off my diastolic, and a lot of this also stemmed from, I want to get my gut healthy. Like, I know that they talk about gut health, and you guys can do some research on it. With the COVID stuff going on, I wanted to strengthen my immune system because I have asthma, I do have lung disease, I do have, there's a lot of scar tissue on my lungs from when I was a baby. It's a whole different story. I wanted to boost my immune system, and I also wanted to eat things that would decrease my risk of, you know, respiratory disease, and I want to get off my blood pressure medication because I know that a lot of people my age that have been dying of coronavirus have hypertension, and that's me, right? And so I'm really wanting to get off my blood pressure medication, and I want to get my immune system right to where I am like, okay, I'm rocking and rolling, like my body, I want to get just a good place like that, because I do have a weakened immune system already. But eating, you know, shit food isn't going to help it, you know what I mean? So that is the reason why I'm going back plant-based, and this time I really want to stick to it and make it a lifestyle, like forever kind of choice. And I know what it's done to my body. I know how much better I felt when I was on a plant-based diet. I know how much better I looked. Like, you can look at pictures from when I was plant-based diet. I was glowing, like the literal can't even say it, glow that you have. And I want to go back to feeling better. I want more mental clarity. Like, I want to not be exhausted when I work. I mean, I'm a mom and I work 4 10-hour days, you know, and I'm in public service, so I get tired easily. Like, I want to eat foods that I don't have to, that are gonna give me like fuel. Yeah, I want to eat food for fuel, and it tastes good, and I just want to feel better overall. And I think that a lot of people are getting to that point where, like, you know what, I'm tired of eating this food because I don't feel good when I eat it. You know, Bill Miller's is great. I love Bill Miller's. But it's not good for me, not good for my body. And I also, like, if I'm feeding my son healthy food, I need to be eating healthy myself, right? Like, how can I tell him he has to eat this way if I eat a completely different way? You know, I've had to cut out soda. I haven't had Dr. Pepper in 3 days. So yeah, I'm actually running out of space on this SD card, but high carb, low fat, plant-based diet is how I lost 30 pounds 4 years ago, and that is when I'm starting. I'm on day 3, and I'm going to probably take measurements. The only place I really want to lose weight in is my arms, but I need to stop this before it cuts off. But yeah, I guess this will be included in. Okay.